It's like porch talks, like we
I
used to do.
know,
Like
it's been
back
a
in the
long
old
time.
days.
Been a very long time since we've done this, but we feel very compelled to make a special video for a friend of ours
When
today.
somebody attacks your friend,
Yeah.
you got to come back and defend them, right?
Well, it's not even that. I think people need to know there are people in the world who are good people, that are good-hearted, whose motivations are pure, and who just have a passion for what they're doing and are doing it at great personal cost. And unfortunately, usually those people just get beat to death. And we've been seeing a lot of that lately. So we thought we wanted to make a video of appreciation.
Yes, and so this is for Dan Gibson, our mayor of Natchez.
This one's for you, Dan.
This one's for you, Dan. We love him. He works tirelessly. And like you said, he is just good, trying to do good. And I don't know why people feel like they need to get in and pick apart every little thing and try and bring somebody good down.
Yeah, let's back up. So we've lived all over the South, from small cities to large towns. And the thing that will make or break a town or a city is its mayor. Whether or not that mayor is, there are two different ways that city government can work. You either have a mayor that is sort of the head authority and he has a city council, or you have what we have in Natchez, which is a mayor that has less actual governing authority, and then a board of aldermen that actually have the governing authority. But either way, the mayor sets the tone for the town. And if the tone is one of droopy dog, woe is us, we're always low, or it's us against them, or gosh, I'm always the victim, the town withers up and dies.
Absolutely.
And we've been in towns where
that
has happened.
I hate to speak specifically, but we have seen it, believe me.
Yeah,
where
firsthand.
people are in it for their own pockets, and it's a short-term grab all the money, and nobody cares what happens to the town. And there's people that are in it for the long term that are trying to gradually increase finances and the race relations in the town, and that's what Dan Gibson is doing.
Yeah, Dan, and whether you like us or hate us, and I know we have people, we are polarizing, and I'm okay with that. You either love us or you hate us, and I am so okay with that, because I know that we are motivated by nothing but a love of this city. We didn't need to come to Natchez. We had very successful businesses here. We had very successful social media following, and believe it or not, Natchez asked us to come. And so we went to Natchez, and we got involved in Natchez, and we went to Natchez on an exploratory trip to see, we'd been there 25 years earlier, and we went to see, is this someplace that we wanted to invest our money, time, energy, effort, and do we want to make this our home base? And we went once.
It's a big decision.
It's a big decision.
To put both feet in and put all your finances in.
And the first time we went, it was nice, and we enjoyed it. We had a nice time. And then we got invited to come back. And it was I think the week after Dan had been elected for his first term. He and Marla weren't even married. Marla was his girlfriend still.
Really?
Yes. And we went to a cocktail party at Linden Bed and Breakfast, hosted by Marjorie Feltus.
That's right, I remember that.
And Dan was there, and he played the piano, and we met Dan Gibson. And after that night, we were like, this is it.
Yeah. This is great for Natchez. Natchez has it going on.
Yeah, he understands what it's going to take to pull this city back from the brink. If you look around Mississippi, Louisiana, Mississippi, really those are the two states that really suffer. 9/10 of the small towns in Mississippi are destitute. Louisiana as well. Louisiana actually ranks below Mississippi on almost all the national scorecards. And a lot of that has to do with city government graft and greed. You get people in there struggling, butting heads, not able to get along, and you don't have good leadership, and the city will literally die from within. Natchez has had its fair share of great mayors, and they have had their fair share of horrible mayors.
Only heard tell.
Oh, we've only heard tell. All we know is Dan. But Dan Gibson is an incredible mayor because, for me anyway, and I don't know about for Kevin, but for me, Dan does not sink to the level of his detractors.
No, that's right.
He does not let even his own board of aldermen some of whom want to fight him. If Dan said it is 12 noon, there are a few aldermen that would say, no, it is 12 midnight, and they would fight him every step of the way. He will not get involved in inner city politics. Natchez is a very old city.
It is. Very old city.
Over 300 years old.
Yes.
And there are families that have lived there for 300 years. And the mindset of many of those families is that they own the city because they've been there so long, it's their city. And they want things done their way. And if you try to break out of that mold, you'll get called names and kicked to the curb so fast, lose friends. I mean, it's ugly. Dan rises above it. He stays above it with his eye always.
I don't know how he does it.
I don't either. Some of the things I've seen done to him this last week, some of the things said about him this last week, I don't know how he does it. And I don't know how his wife Marla hadn't come out throwing hands.
He's probably had to wrestle her to the ground a few times.
Yeah. Marla and I are a lot alike, and we're married to men that are a lot alike. And I will absolutely throw hands. So I'm sure Marla's dealing with all the same thing, right? She's got to watch her husband be brutalized and beaten. People talk about her. I mean, it's just ridiculous. But during Dan's tenure of leadership, we have seen incredible
It's obvious.
growth in the city.
Yes. And I think, race relations are something he has to deal with. I think we've seen improvements in that as well.
Oh, I think definitely.
Finances and race relations, basically the overall city, how it gets along with each other. And that's partly because he does not sink to anyone's level. If he did, that would divide things more. But he wants to bring us all together, and I think that it has improved. So people that are out there that are trying to stir up things, they're dividing the city.
Yeah, and I think let's talk about some of the things that have happened during Dan's tenure. Since he became mayor, there have been 400 new businesses that have applied for a business license at City Hall. We're one of those.
Yeah, we're two of those.
We're two of those.
Yeah.
Two of those are us, and we had plans for a third. Those plans are merely on hold. They are not. Well, I guess we have plans for a third and a fourth, because we'll have the bed and breakfast,
that's
and
true.
then the other one. So we plan
and then
for
a
two
mystery
more.
business.
Mystery business. But we have seen downtown revitalized since when we first moved to Natchez. Most of downtown was empty, and in the 4 years we've been there, downtown has started to thrive again. Dan has worked tirelessly.
Home sales have increased greatly,
Exponentially.
And that's because people see this as a strong city and are more willing to move there and pay the higher prices for, and they see also the tourism is picking up and getting stronger and stronger.
Yes.
So
that's huge. And a thriving downtown. People keep griping about industry. Industry won't come to Natchez. We need industry. Well, what economists understand, and what those of us who have been involved in downtown initiatives and Main Street initiatives for decades understand, it is a well-known fact that when an industry comes into a city to look and see whether or not they want to go there, the first place they look is the downtown, because industry sees the downtown as the pulse of the city. And if the downtown is full and thriving, that says to them, this is a healthy place with a healthy economy where we want to invest. Dan understands that. And so, yes, he has put a lot of his time, energy, effort, and focus into revitalizing downtown, not because one side of the main drag or the other side of the main drag is more important to Dan, but Dan understands place economics. And place economics say your downtown must thrive so that your greater economy can boom. He has devoted himself tirelessly to the revitalization of the Eola Hotel.
yes, and the big announcement they just made a week or two ago.
Yeah.
That was bought by a Marriott.
Marriott is going to partner with the Eola, and that is another project that Dan has remained relentless in pursuing the revitalization and has come under so much fire for how long the project has taken to get a good partner. But again, small minds think in small numbers and small projects. The Eola Hotel is a $20, $30, $40 million project. I don't even know what the price tag is on
huge.
it. That is not a small partner project.
Yeah, and right in the middle of downtown, a huge building. So you can see his urgency to try and get that on his
But
feet.
the tenacity that it has taken for him to stay on that and make that happen. Dan was at the fore of getting the $27 million grant for the Freedom Corridor, the Freedom Trail that we will have, that will mark some of our most important civil rights spots in the city, from Forks of the Road, which was the second largest slave market in the South during the antebellum period, all the way through up through the civil rights movement. Dan was instrumental in securing that money to make that happen.
Yeah.
The Hiram Revels Plaza, it's huge, it's enormous. Now we have the revitalization of Tracetown. Tracetown has been
Yeah, there's nothing like, when you're driving through an old town and you see an old,
blight, not a good old building.
no, not a good old building. It was probably, built in the 80s, Tracetown? 70s?
It looks 70s to me, I could be wrong.
And it's just
Low, flat, crumbling.
it's just like there used to be
Yeah.
some finances here, and now there aren't.
Yeah.
And they're bringing, he and Jimmy Smith, our friend, are
Jay Ray.
Jay Ray
And many other investors that are behind the scenes that we don't know.
yes,
So
yeah,
please
those
don't
are
think
those are
we're
the faces
intentionally
that we see.
leaving you out.
We are not we do not know all of the insides of that. We just see like everyone else.
Yeah.
That they are putting a Hobby Lobby in there, and that's a big deal.
But
and
it's
I
not
showed it
just
the
the
other
Hobby
day.
Lobby. There are
Yes.
huge plans for the entire
Yes.
redevelopment of Tracetown. That is a multi tens of millions of dollars investment
Mm-hmm.
in the city of Natchez. So people need to understand, you have a mayor who is working tirelessly, effortlessly, passionately, compassionately, enthusiastically for you, not just within the city limits of Natchez, Mississippi, but he is traveling all over the country, talking about Natchez, preaching about Natchez, putting his hand in the pocket of Washington legislators, getting us all the money he can get us so that this city can thrive. And we, as his constituents, owe him a great debt of gratitude. Thanks, innumerable thanks. And we also owe him respect for what he is doing and has done for this city. And if nothing else, we owe him human dignity and respect, right?
Well, that's a bare minimum.
It's a bare
and it's hard
minimum.
for some people to do. I will say, if you do care about Natchez and if you love Natchez, thank Dan Gibson and stop being negative towards what he's doing. Be positive, and everything will all come together, believe me.
And I would say, just to build on top of that, stop being negative about Natchez, period.
Yeah.
We know that there are a lot of people there who liked the way things were 30 or 40 years ago, 50, 60, 70, 80 years ago. Those days are gone. And it is on the backs of younger, newer, invigorated, energized people that Natchez will be revitalized. It is on the back of innovation and forward thinking that Natchez will be revitalized. So just embrace some change. Change is always hard, but it's rarely painful. It's rarely hurtful. It's generally a good thing. It's generally a good thing. So embrace that change. Embrace your mayor. Be grateful to him for what he's done for the city, and embrace the people who are trying to make Natchez, try to carry it into the 21st century and make it what it has the potential to be.
Amen.
Amen.
Thanks for watching our rant.
And thanks, Dan.
Thanks, Dan and Marla.